Welcome to another day of Secret Garden step by step. And today I'm going to add more contrast to this drawing. And I'm going to do that with this color, phthalo blue. I already started doing it a little bit over here. So I will show you how I do that. I just put the color between the petals. And I let it fade. I do this with a pencil with a very sharp point, because here in between the petals there's very little room, and I want to be as precise as possible. I was planning on recording this video last week, but unfortunately that didn't work out. When we came back from our holidays, both my husband and I caught the common cold, but it was a very nasty one with a little bit of fever. So we were sick for a couple of days. And there were a lot of students, and I tried to keep on teaching, and I managed. That's the problem with the common cold, I think. You feel lousy, but you don't feel sick enough to stop working. But once I finished my workday in the voice studio, I really didn't have any energy to record a video. So what I'm doing right now is building contrast, and that means that I make the difference between the lighter areas, in this case the petals of the flower, and this little twig, to make the difference between the light colors and the darker background more greater, so I slowly darken the background, but I only darken it where the background is meets a lighter forefront. So over here in this flower, this is light, but over here the flower is darker, so I will leave this a little bit lighter in the background, and then maybe I will darken the flower. So, and then when the common cold was gone, there was still no time for coloring because a family member passed away, an uncle. He was of age, he was 90 years old, very old man. But the family asked me and my brother and sisters and my husband and my brother-in-law to sing a couple of songs in the ceremony. So we did. I always find it nerve-wracking, I have to say. I have sung on other funeral occasions, but it is always nerve-wracking because I'm not so good in ignoring crying people. If I see somebody cry, I have a hard time not to start crying too. And when you have to sing, you definitely don't want to start crying. That is not so, that's just not good. But in the church where the ceremony was held, this time we had a beautiful balcony where we could sit with the small choir, 6 people, and we sang 2 a cappella songs, and well, it turned out that the people loved it, so that's good. I also made a funeral flower arrangement. Maybe you saw the picture on Instagram. I do that. I have to erase some stuff sometimes because this is a very delicate, I need a very delicate touch. And because there are some layers on the paper already, it can be tricky sometimes to not, it is difficult because I want to press harder than I should. So it's going well now. So I made this flower arrangement for the funeral, just a small one. There were a lot of beautiful flower arrangements. But I do that, I like making flower arrangements for occasions like that. I also made bridal flower arrangements for both my sisters, but they came with a disclaimer because I'm not a professional flower girl. I don't know how you call that, and my arrangements are not so, how do you say, sturdy. You have to be careful with them because flowers may fall out, and I learned some tricks from a professional, but still it's tricky. So yeah, I had busy days. Now with this flower, with this leaf, I will add a little bit of this phthalo blue over here where the green in the leaf is a little bit darker. I will now do exactly the same over here. So I will put this blue in the areas that meet the lighter parts of the leaves. Some of these areas are still pretty dark. Funerals are never fun, of course, but there is a nice thing about it. At least in our family, we have quite a large family with I have a lot of cousins, over 20, and most of them I never meet. But when there's a death in the family, everybody tends to try to attend the funeral. So afterwards we had some sort of family reunion, and that was actually very nice. But now there's next week I will have a slightly not so busy schedule, and I'm looking forward to work on my color along project and make some videos for you. An hour ago I made a very nice walk. The weather is just gorgeous today. And I went out for a little walk and made a lot of pictures about berries, and there was a rose, a beautiful rose I found, a wild rose, still in bloom. It is October now, it's still in bloom, and I want to use these pictures for making drawings of them. I'm sure you noticed that the light is changing, and that is because there are a couple of clouds in the sky. So sometimes, like now, the sun is shining and then there's a cloud, but I hope it doesn't affect the video too much. Unfortunately, something went wrong, and now I have been coloring without you seeing how I did that. So I will just continue, and there's so much more that needs to be done. So I will now add the same phthalo blue over here, next to the lightest parts of the flower. I need to focus and concentrate pretty much to do this. It looks, it may look easy, but in between the petals you really have to put the point of your pencil on the right spot, or you will get in trouble. I think I will add a darker blue to the area. Excuse me, that was a remnant of the cold that I had. I'm going now to the Bruinzeel series, Prussian Blue. These Bruinzeel pencils really work like magic on this particular type of paper that is in my Dutch Secret Garden book. It is it's a magical combination, the paper and the pencils. The blue over here looks a bit, it looks not so smooth. So now I'm going to try to smooth things out with this Prussian Blue, this same pencil that I used in between the petals. I am not following the news very much, but I think the American elections for the new president are coming closer. There are more and more articles also in the Dutch media about both candidates, Mrs. Clinton and Mr. Trump. And I don't know anything about politics, I have to say. But this looks like a memorable election. I'm now going to use a lighter one. No, that's not true. The other one that I just used, the Phthalo Blue by Polychromos, just to add a little bit of color. Oh, I think I need to sharpen my point. It's not really blunt or dull yet, but I will give it a sharp, fresh point. Here it is, a sharp point. Yes, the American elections are pretty interesting. And I'm really I'm interested in the outcome, who will be elected. I've come to understand that the United States citizens are pretty, we say honkvast in Dutch. I mean, when it comes to politics, many Americans seem to say once a Republican, always a Republican, or once a Democrat, always a Democrat. We have that too in the Netherlands, of course, because I think much of your political preference has everything to do with your personality and your character. And there seems to be a religious aspect, very important as well. We have that too in the Netherlands. We have a couple of Christian parties. let's take a step back. Well, I think I will add a little bit of the darker blue, because I think these darker blues really make this yellow flower stand out more. And now I will use the light phthalo blue, also by Polychromos. One of my nephews, he is a very smart kid. He is in the last class of what we call basisschool. And he's 11 years old, and next year he will go to high school. But because he is so smart, he was invited by high school to attend a couple of lessons. Every Tuesday afternoon he goes to this school where he learns about all sorts of things. And this time he had to make a microcomputer, build it himself together with the other kids. But he also learns a bit about Latin, the language Latin, and that is something that I'm interested in. I never had Latin in school, but I do sing a lot of Latin, and I always forget. I always forget what the meaning of the text. So now he gave me a piece of paper where he wrote down what he had learned. And he had learned about the Roman mythical gods. And everything was written in Latin. That was really nice. I could figure it out pretty well. But I don't know how to... the grammar of the verbs, I have no idea. But it was nice. He learned about Neptune, god of the seas, and about, I believe it was Pluto. And he told me that Pluto lives under the ground. So I think that is the god of the dead, the god of the underworld. And then there was another one. I think it was Zeus. Zeus, god of the skies and earth. Terra e Coeli, Terra, Coeli. Terra means earth, and Coeli is the heavens. Words like that, I do remember them. But I often forget many words because I never had any lessons in it. So, this is phthalo blue again. So let's smooth things out a bit. Look at that. So let's take a step back. Now you can see that with adding more layers, this drawing becomes much more vivid. So in the next episodes I will keep on adding more and more color to this drawing, and then eventually it will be finished. But as you can see, it takes me many hours. But it's joyful, so I'm not complaining. And if you are getting enough of it, I completely understand. And then maybe it's better for you to skip a couple of episodes and then come back and see what I did. Well, I hope you enjoyed this one, and see you next time. Bye bye.